All right. Sorry about that. So where did we leave off?
They were agents.
Oh, ooh, it's cut off at just the right time. Cloaked Serpent hasn't gone by that title in many years. Well, hundreds of years. Agents of Zahir, a god diametrically opposed to the likes of the Seldarine, the Moonweaver, the Arkheart, the Lawbearer, the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Elves, thought them Zahir bested. It seems someone is using his alias, perhaps to curry favor and power from those who still hold the hearts of hate.
Is it entirely possible that he wasn't bested? Not fully.
I thought I would not be bested. So, who knows?
DM, if possible, I would like to have been keeping a close eye on his response, being hopefully vaguely familiar with reptilian anatomy. Does it look like he's given truthful answers, or does it look like he's holding something back?
Make an insight check.
Do I believe? Well, I guess believing him is my answer. Do I think he's telling the truth? That's going to be good. But how good is the question?
How good?
Oh, 19.
19. You can tell the parts that he's talking about where an alias of Zahir was the Cloaked Serpent. That kind of strikes true with what you've seen thus far after arriving here in the larger world beyond where you come from. You know, the Breszi Empire and everything. These gods and goddesses usually ascribed by a title, but they all have a name. The alias, you have no reason to either believe nor disbelieve, but it doesn't seem, due to you reading his anatomy, that he's being untruthful. You get the very easy sense this creature has been, and you've seen him moving about the chamber casting all manner of incantation, trying to catch up after what seems to be 300 years. Snake out of grass would be the equivalency of a fish out of water, wouldn't it? So, very unsure of things right now. But, as far as you can tell, not outwardly lying to you.
Okay.
Might not be right, but...
Yeah. I got you.
That just comes from your general wisdom as well as, like, yeah, this dude's been away for 300 years, it seems.
No, that's fine. Thank you. That answers a lot of questions, actually.
Yeah.
I'd ask him, do you know anything about the Kingdom of Skyglade?
It's Slagglade, but sure.
Slyglade? Oh.
Slag.
Oh, Slagglade.
Slagglade, yes.
Sorry. Okay.
I hope we never make that sound together again.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't always got the best names. Cut me a break. Well, here, let's... Still exists, does it?
Yes.
I'm not surprised. Kingdom of Slagglade is where the oldest wars between primordials and the dragon folk were fought. The peace still maintained?
I guess. I mean, I would assume so, as they are not openly attacking anyone that I'm aware of.
Make a history check. See how much you know.
Zach knows a lot. Drusk knows nothing.
Oh! Natural one.
Woohoo!
Doo-doo head.
For like a 3.
If the peace has been maintained, good for the realms of Balerosoa.
Why?
They hold the central capability to move and respond. Besides the Accord, I suppose.
The Accord.
The Iodun Concordant. The city-states north of here. Still exists, no?
Yeah.
They do.
When I was interred, I had heard they were responsible for a final betrayal. But, yes, you say Emperor and Empress, Volmar and Zarya. The Prepolency had no such rulers. Heroes like yourselves or Veneer, people looked to, not monarchs and emperors.
I like the sound of that.
I
would
knew
tell you that
kin
without
like mine.
gods. You cannot have no gods and no kings. You must have one or the other.
I'm not advocating for no kings.
I choose the creators, then. Not the rulers.
That sounds just enough.
Creature, tell me this when I ask for a name.
Cordo Beduga.
It was easy.
My question is answered.
We will see if the other Bedugas yet live. Give me time. Any guardians exist?
Bedugas.
Baduka.
Yeah, it's from Huttese, bro.
Is it really? That's cool.
It's not, but it sounds like it, doesn't it?
You had me fooled.
If I sate your curiosity, maybe you can tell me of all the ones I was connected to. I see one recovering only now. Eknis, her name was.
X.
Oh,
She should be near Nestlekeep.
She's not the nicest to deal with.
sassy.
It seems her memory's been kind of affected for the last couple of years.
You spoke of her. Her sense of time has been distorted greatly.
Yes. Well, when Althdrax interred me, I was connected with her. She may have suffered ill effects.
She might require your aid.
She's still near Nestlekeep? These many years later?
Last we saw her, she was very close to here, relatively speaking.
She was with the Kaya tree, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was how we knew we couldn't communicate with the Kaya tree.
She no longer resides in Nestlekeep?
I guess
Where
not.
is Nestlekeep?
Gardak, make a history check, although I think I've had you roll for this before.
Maybe my memory is failing.
So is mine.
Ha.
That's why.
9.
You're not certain.
Well, I mean, trees can't get up and move. So if we tell him she's with the Kaya tree,
The nearest Kaya tree. There are more than one, right?
I didn't didn't think so.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Forget me.
I thought there was just. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you Maslin only know what Rox and Drusk have told you.
Oh, I thought that maybe there was more out of character. Sorry. I'm speaking out of turn.
Maybe there's more. I don't know.
Well, if she's at the Kaya tree, then she's closer than I expected. I worry traveling through these lands if it's no longer Kruidal controlled. Have more enemies than just Alfdrax, as does every Guardian.
Would you have any reason to believe this current regime, this current empire would be hunting you?
Empire? You speak of the Breszi.
Yes.
That depends. If they know I'm a vestige from their little war.
Well, who would be hunting you? You said you had enemies. Is there anybody we might have heard of?
It depends. Do you know how Alfdrax found me?
No.
No.
We don't even know what Alfdrax was.
I will remind you guys the letter that you had found on the agent of the Cloaked Serpent.
No, it said Alfdrax, but I have no idea the context of it, or
I don't
that
think
it
I've
pointed
ever
to
seen-
anything or any any of it.
Okay. That's fair.
Because I think we rolled history, and you were like, "Yeah, none of you know anything about
Right.
any of it."
I know Maslin didn't know.
Okay. Fine. I have many passages to reopen and a tree to fix. You, Algavat. I have my debts. Should you need me.
Where will you be?
First here. Then, once recovered, perhaps in the Stoyax with Eknis. Should I see it safe, I'll venture.
Makes sense. I'm good.
I guess we will see you when we call upon you.
There will be ways to find me. Especially here, back at the source.
Wonderful.
In what way do you seek to change the current world? Back to the old, or do you wish to see a new?
Us Guardians care not for what humanoids choose to do amongst their power. I want the Moonweaver recovered, and me back in her service. Fully.
And you have my blessings, Guardian.
You, Algavat, have mine.
Will those incantations to protect this place you were putting up?
Some of my runes, glyphs left behind, still stood. That's impressive, to say the least.
Must be very old magic.
Ancient. Just like me.
So I guess my purpose of asking that is I guess I'll lean to everybody and I'll ask, do we want to attempt to rest or leave or?
reached the end of the cave. I think our job here is done.
Right. But do you want to rest before we leave or after we leave?
No, I think we just head back.
Okay.
It wasn't, but what, like 2 hours journey here? So, 3 hours.
We took in quite a few rests, though. I mean, time has passed. Definitely once we get to the outside world, who knows what's changed. I mean, relative to the cave entrance, at least. I mean, I'm sure the outside towns and stuff.
Yeah, no, I just mean, like, I think in terms of, like, not including our 3 hours that we've rested, like, I think it only took us, like, 3 hours to actually get down here.
I can tell you if we come across anything, I got no tricks up my sleeve. I am capped out on spells, so.
Same.
Yep.
Same. I would say out of character, I would be, I mean, fucking whatever, right? It's D&D, who knows? But, like, I would be very surprised something came up behind us. I think we'd be fine if something came up behind us. I mean,
But what if more of the cloaked serpents all of a sudden come back to camp and they didn't know that we were here in the first place? You know what I mean?
we deal with it? Like, I don't know. I'm assuming you have a damage cantrip.
Not. I have one, and it's not very good.
It's still better than nothing. What is it?
It's a sword burst. Literally, just they have to be surrounding me, and I might as well just use my dagger if it's only one person.
Still something.
Yeah, I don't know what to say then.
You should
Yeah.
get that Eldritch Blast. You want me to teach you?
Can you?
Wizards can't pick up Eldritch Blast, unfortunately.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Man.
That's Firebolt territory, though, bud.
I know Firebolt.
Cantrips are different than wizard spells in terms of how you learn and prepare them.
Well, shit.
Could I teach him Mage Hand? No, sorry, that's not the right thing. I apologize. That's not what I meant.
If we do want to take a long rest, I'll be able to fight our way out no matter what. But
Yeah, I'm good. I get everything back on a short rest, so I'm ready to go.
I think we just
Rest.
we sleep in a bed tonight.
I think that's a good idea.
Did any of
Only?
our spoils have some ale?
What? Go somewhere that has some ale?
Yeah, I like some ale.
Go
Ale?
adopt
What?
snails.
Yeah. So I guess if nobody else has any questions, we'll attempt to leave. I'll bid my farewells.
Thank you, Cordo.
This has been informative.
It has been an honor.
Oh, Gavat owes me no thanks. Quite the contrary.
Well, we are glad to have led aid to a new friend.
Friend.
All right, as we head out, do you guys want to continue divvying up the magic items?
Yeah.
Be my
Okay.
guest.
Yeah, I guess we can disperse these things.
Okay, so growth. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up. Who wants the amulet of proof against detection? Does anyone have interest in it?
Medium interest.
You're the only interest. Go for it. It's yours.
All yours.
There you go.
I mean, I imagine we'll just sell the gems and probably keep a diamond in case anyone needs a diamond. So we'll deal with that when we get to it.
Yeah.
Does anyone want the feather token? Of a
I think
fan?
we should just hold on to that. That's more of a if we're ever on a ship. Oh, I don't know. I take that back because there's so many other things you can use it for. I don't know.
If no one wants it, I'll just chuck it in the bag.
I'd say don't get rid of it, but
Yeah.
No, obviously not. I'm not advertising
know.
we get rid of it. But if no one has a specific need for it, like I have room in the bag where we can just hold shit without weighing anyone down.
I'll keep the ring of mist.
Oh, we haven't got there yet, bud. I think someone else might want that. I think
Okay.
Dylan is in it.
Yeah, it's
Did
a
you
pretty
want-
hot item.
The feather token fan will go in the bag. What about the potion of growth?
I want that if nobody else does.
Yeah, somebody who's good with strength should have that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Toraflin?
That's Gardak.
Gardak? Fucking...
Got him.
3 feet apart from each other.
That was cute.
Yeah.
Do you want it or?
Sure.
Okay. So Gardak gets the potion of growth. There's 2 potions of heroism, which is 10 temp HP and a free bless for an hour.
I'm very interested.
Yeah, I get my bonus HP from killing people, so someone else could have it.
I'd say those should probably go to our fighters.
That's fine. Yeah.
What is it?
Potion of heroism, 1 to Gardak, 1 to Rocks, unless anyone has any issues with that.
Nope.
Okay. Ring of Mist. Who has interest in that? Because I have none.
I have interest, but only if nobody else wants it, really.
Yeah, I mean, I have interest just because I want to. I don't know. I just want to see how it works. But I mean, as long as somebody else is willing to actually use it, I don't care.
I'm literally only going to use it if I feel like I'm getting targeted. So, like, if you're going to be more combat-centric, it will be more useful to you, in my opinion. I'm not super familiar with the rules. You can still be targeted by magic all the same, right?
You technically are missed. I don't know what that means.
I don't
know
either.
if it's invisibility or
I'm
what.
sure that it means that you're incorporeal form of mist. So, like, a regular sword will pass right through you. But I would imagine you're still affected by magic all the same. So
if it lasted longer than 3 plus your level rounds, I would say Drusk would be very useful because I could wild shape into something that would essentially be incorporeal and scout free of charge. But since at current it will last me like 48 seconds. It's not good for scouting.
Right. I mean, I would use it in that moment where all of a sudden I was surrounded by, some goons, and I'd just be like, all right, I'm going to run this direction because I can't take this situation. Like, if I get surrounded by 4 people and all 4 land a hit, I might die.
Yeah, that's probably you or Zesserin just in terms of, like, pure health.
It would have uses outside of combat as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, it does. The only thing is, like, I don't think it lasts long enough outside of combat to be useful outside of, like, very niche scenarios.
Yeah.
It lasts at current, what? 3, 4, 7, so it lasts...
I mean, when you're missed, can you walk through a wooden wall? I don't think so, right?
No, there's no...
Zesserin would know from identifying it, and he would probably describe it thusly so. When you turn into mist, the ring turns into iron.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
The ring is the only...
you have to keep the ring on, yeah.
The ring is the only physical...
But a ring can pass
thing.
under a door, so that's pretty hot.
Whoever's comfortable enough to be the first one through a door, really, out of the 3 of you.
Oh, all of a sudden, yikes.
Yeah, I mean, or comfortable with turning into mist in the first place.
Nope.
I mean, I think it's an interesting idea, but I'm also interested in the chime of recitation.
I think Aiden just low-key dropped a note on us. You are mist. You are subjective to the damage that mist can take. I mean, like, what if somebody lit a fire underneath you? It might be very volatile to you. Let's nobody take it. Let's put that in the bag for now.
I'll put it in the bag. You guys, if we want, we can debate it outside of game.
Well, maybe we'll have a small RP session where we like weapons trial it and see what Aiden says on what he wants to be the rulings for those weapons trials. Because right now I'm not sure how I feel about it, other than the only actual obvious use is avoiding a sword coming at you, basically.
Yep. Okay, it's in the bag. Chime of recitation.
Of what?
I'll take it. I mean, I'll take the ring too.
All right, take the ring. The chime's interesting, so yeah, take both. I think you'll probably get best use out of both of them.
Yeah.
I will remove the ring from my inventory.
I gotta figure out what I'm capable of so I can steal spells from other people.
That's fine. So Dylan has the chime of recitation and the ring of mist. Does anyone want the immovable rod?
I mean, I love it, but I don't think Maslin does, Like, that's a really cool item.
I will remind you, unless I'm mistaken, the immovable rod is not an item you have to be attuned to. It's just an item you can use.
Yeah, it just has a button.
I think most of these are things you don't have to attune to.
I may have messed one or two things up. The Ring of Mist should be attunement. I kind of made that one in a rush before this session. That was one of the things I said I had to tidy up.
No, it is not attunement currently. Oh, it does say it.
I mean, there's an attune button, yeah.
Yeah.
If absolutely no one wants it, I'll take it, but I feel bad taking it because I have one in the other game. So somebody take it.
I don't want it.
You can have it.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Ring of Protection. Who wants that? Because I have interest in that.
I mean, everyone does, but you should take it.
Go ahead.
Some fighters should at least. So you guys, rock paper scissors right now, for all I care.
I take half damage when I rage, so I don't really need it.
Okay.
Alright,
I kind of want an on-screen rock paper scissors match right now.
1, 2, so it's 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ready?
Up. No, wait. We can't see your king. We can't. Raise up your hand, Caroline.
Oh, I don't want it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Trying to bait her into a rock, paper, scissors match.
Hey, you know, little victories, okay?
okay. Cool. So we still have the feather token in the bag in case anyone wants to use it, or as a group we decide that it's worth using. And then we have a shitload of gems and a diamond, but diamonds have, out of character, diamonds have spell, normally are useful in spells where normal gems are not. So, I mean, we can divide that between whoever needs specific gems.
Oh, it counts for any gem?
No, diamonds are probably the most called for gem, if I remember correctly.
They're stupid valuable.
Components.
I thought they were specifically geared towards healing, but okay, that makes sense.
Yes, normally, yes. But it might come in handy because even at 5th level, like I don't... So as a druid, I don't get the ability to bring anyone back from the dead until we hit 13th level.
Right. No, I get you. So either way, we could trade that with somebody who has the capability.
Yes, ideally we could
Yeah.
hopefully find a priest who can do like Revivify or something.
Yeah. I feel you.
Or we can just trade it for fucking money and buy shit.
Dude, are we really hurting for money right now, though?
I don't know. I don't know how much the
I
gems
have
are worth.
no
We'll find
idea,
out.
dude. No idea.
Well, we'll figure it out.
That's fine.
No matter what, we got a fat stack of gems.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm rich in the other game.
Magic items all distributed. We're all walking back still, so...
You guys are all walking and trading out magic items. You at first, of course, go back through what is now, by all appearances, the festering organisms have lost their base. And you can see the decay has begun to set in, and although there is a rot into this decay, it's not similar to a decaying body in the sense it's more of almost evaporative in nature. You get the sense, just kind of glancing around, maybe a week, 2 weeks from now, this part of the tunnel will be back to normal. Moving through, you come upon the chamber where the Cloaked Serpent's agents were you first discovered. The bodies very much still where you left them. The torture devices and the altar very much where you left them. Progressing through and making your way back up, unless we had something.
I'd like to ask about...
Hey, Garnak, how big are these explosive devices? Like, how much damage is it going to do?
I think it was like a room, if I remember correctly. The last one I saw.
Last time you saw one was a while ago.
Well, the
Mr.
last time
Gardak.
I saw one, it took out my whole village.
Well, it wasn't just one, that was dozens.
Oh, okay.
That was dozens.
That's fair.
Do you guys think I could like, throw one at the altar without collapsing the tunnel to Cordo?
That's a good point. Shit.
Yeah, because I don't think we should really bury the guy who owes us favors.
Can't you shape stones? Like
No.
move them?
No.
Shit.
I will say you did see him burrow through rock, and he talked about passages that Alfdrax had sealed.
Okay. Anyone have any issues with me blowing up the altar on the way out?
I don't think we're going to inconvenience him in the slightest.
Yeah, it doesn't quite sit right. That altar. So much has happened.
No, I would prefer it to be destroyed.
Destroy it.
I will grab one of my 3 capped jars, and I will, in the correct order, twist the ends, push it in, and throw it at the altar.
After we all run.
And then, while everyone else is standing a good bit away, and then we will book.
Okay. Trying to think of the dimensions of that room right now.
It's a pretty big chamber.
Okay.
There's a dwarf up top and everything.
You all watch as kind of Drusk reaches into the haversack and then pulls out one of these. Gardek, you've seen it twice now. Rocks, the memory is flooding. But you watch Drusk, his clawed hands twist and then throw, and you all start to make a book for it. And at first, you're wondering if it didn't work. But then as you're kind of all getting a pretty fast jog or full sprint, as the walls around you and the ground shake. You're welcome to go back and investigate if you like. Or you can keep moving.
Maslin has fingers in his ears, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh."
You hear it echoing through the tunnels, and a lot of your ears do have pangs of tinnitus
What?
singing in.
You guys think we got it?
I think so.
I don't think there's any of it left.
I want to go back and look. Just real quick, if it seems safe.
Okay. As you're going back to look, and I drop that. So as you're going back to look, you can see the room in a very sundered state. This, once you kind of realize, Gardak, these grenades are potent, and are often used as rocks. You saw them used in one capacity. Gardak, you saw them used in a separate capacity. And you get the sense they're effective regardless of the methodology. The altar itself, where Drusk had kind of lobbed it and you all started to run, sundered. The various bits of furniture in the area, likewise scattered, splintered where it counts. Only the things on the very edges of the room remain untouched at the worst, or at the best, I should say. Quite effective.
Yeah,
Outta here.
There too myself.
Okay. As you guys all continue to make your way up, spiraling up through the depths of the Luminous Levant, you emerge into what is the original layout of the Luminous Levant. The banners still hung along the wall, the crescent dais in the center, empty, but present. Seemingly nothing disturbed. I genuinely forget, Maslin, did you deploy Zeno's Watcher or no?
I thought I did.
I don't remember. I think you did, but you need to tell me. Just tell me whether or not. You can lie to me, and I probably won't know any better. Unless I go back and look at it.
No, actually, I'm thinking about it. I don't think I did.
Okay.
I don't have a note of it. I would have made a note of it.
I should have made a note of it, but I'm not confident that I would have. So...
We're going to say no.
Okay. Emerging out into the opening of the Luminous Levant, you can see now, whereas but a week ago, the first snow of Balunt had come down. Now, almost the middle of Sulim, the next month, winter is setting in. Snow 4 feet deep lies before you. In the shadow of the Venbor Range, you know this well, Gardak, it flows and continues to flow. This obviously does not make your journey, especially for some of your smaller friends like Drusk, easy.
Deployable fortress.
DM, does it seem like a reasonable amount of time had passed versus what we experienced versus what is on the outside?
Ooh, good question.
Make a wisdom check.
18.
Seems reasonable amount of time has passed.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because you said it was the end of the month and now it's mid-month, and
It
think we've only done
was near the end of Balunt when you guys first made your journey away from the Azure Grove. Garn's End was
from the Azure Grove. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. I thought you meant from. Got it.
You don't know the dates very well, but your fight with Rozak in the street was a week ago.
Nope. Yeah, you're good. Sorry, I thought you meant from.
It's a valid
not
question.
Not from Welter Grove, from the town that's literally right outside here.
Yeah, the Azure Grove.
That's why I was curious. No, the Azure Grove isn't right outside here.
That is, Welter Grove is right next to the Luminous Levant.
Yes, from Welter Grove. Sorry, that's what I wanted to know. Has a reasonable amount of days passed from the time we left Welter Grove, which I think was like less than a day's journey to here, fought and came back out? It
has been a couple days within, between your long rests and the journey within.
We only took one long rest.
Yeah. Looking at the snow as it's falling now, the snow is currently coming down, and if you end up engaging the rest of your party, Gardak, you're well and familiar. The Breszi winters in the shadow of Venbor Range here, truly, snow comes down, especially in the secluded Welter Grove.
Okay, so the time difference seems right in terms of like.
As far as you can tell, nothing crazy has happened.
Okay, yeah, because that was my question. Because as far as the player, know, it's been like 3 days that we spent maximum.
I'm sorry, I thought you were asking against the first snow, which was like.
Oh no! Okay, cool. Nope, got it.
Yeah,
sorry.
No. Reasonable amount of time seems to have passed, but you're also not familiar with Eastern Esmia winters.
Nope. Okay. Yep.
So, emerging back out, it's not a terrible journey, but it certainly isn't a necessarily pleasant one. As some of you bundle up, you see some of your friends like Rox and Gardak used to these kind of environments. Gardak seemingly unaffected, even in all of his metal armor. Zesserin the same. Bundled, honestly dressed for winter more often than not. Maslin, you're a little cold. Draku, you're used to the shores. Drusk, Lizard Man out of the swamp.
Can I take my little buddy out of my backpack and give him to Drusk to keep him warm?
You may. She kind of hands over the small little raccoon friend she's been carrying around since you two met.
I will, if it will help, I'll wild shape into a bear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, I tried.
You guys all watch as Drusk wild shapes into a bear, seemingly no longer shivering and trekking decently through the snow, all things considered.
Now we just got a raccoon riding a bear.
That's
D&D, baby.
It's pretty par. It's pretty par for the course for Algavat. So,
yeah.
You all making your way back where? The Folded Cloth?
Wait. A little grizzly vibe is a treat.
That's quality, man.
Yeah, I think to the Folded Cloth, DM. Yeah.
Okay.
To somewhere we can rest our heads and grab some food.
It's not long until you make your journey back. Gardak, familiar with the way, having traveled it more times than you probably would have liked. You see Welter Grove, the sparse, thin, short buildings all stacked together. And it's not long until you come across the white drapery that is being painted with snow as well, and the humble front keep of what is known as the Folded Cloth. As you all kind of approach, you can tell Shayla the Dove, the human female who emerges. Seemingly not too many visitors in Welter Grove. She was looking for anyone coming by at this hour in the snow, as you're about midday. She kind of comes out, and you can tell that she's not only got a lantern by her side, but you can see a fire glowing within. As you guys all kind of walk up and in around the back, you can hear the breath and snorting of horses of your cart that has been taken care of by Shayla this time.
Thank God.
You are in the Folded Cloth.
DM, for the record, I would like to turn not into a bear when we see the innkeeper greet us.
Okay.
Just so I'm not walking into a tavern as a bear. I think that might freak some people. You know what? I'll do
Depends
it.
on what tavern you're in.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it when she sees us. I want to be as warm as possible.
At first meeting, also, Maslin's going to say to Shayla, I appreciate your guidance so very much, for you have given us the very first steps to figuring out our own destinies.
Huh.
Then we'll head inside.
It was certainly my pleasure to guide you around Walter Grove. I hope you found what you were looking for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please, come in. I've got a fire going. I'm going to have a little bit of hare stew soon. A little bit of rabbit stew. Unless we have any special desires. I could maybe cook something up. I don't have much.
Does she remember us?
She does. She recalls this very colorful group.
Yeah.
How long has it been since we were last here?
Like 2 to 3 days.
2 to 3
Yeah.
days.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were. Right.
Yeah, like, it's been a lot of sessions, but we were just here.
No, I know. I just wanted to make sure because it was on the same path of thinking that you were on.
Yeah, okay.
I get you. Yeah. Never mind. Ignore that.
Drusk, I know you're kind of you kind of are slyly looking out for it. Shayla, by all accounts, was not expecting to see a bear, but quickly she wipes the look off her face, as it's evident to you maybe she's seen strange things. Being the only innkeep in somewhere like Welter Grove that draws all manner of people.
Shayla, I appreciate your hospitality.
Oh, it's certainly my absolute pleasure. Don't mistake it for one moment.
Ales and stew for all of us.
I've got the
And
most...
I will slide her
A gem.
6 gold for the meals and ale.
This more than covers the day or so I've been managing your cart. It's too much. Please. She slides...
Take a tip.
Then we'll take the extra nail.
Very well. Appreciate that. It's not long until she comes back around with an ale for each of you. And some rabbit stew, should you prefer. Your debt regarding the horses and cart, although she wasn't going to bring it up just yet, already paid. You all find yourselves sitting around a humble table by the hearth in the folded cloth. It's quiet, with just Shayla in here. You're free to talk amongst yourselves, or retire for the rest of this winter day, it seems. Unless you've got somewhere specific you would like to go.
I sit Bar Mitzvah next to me in the booth with a little bowl of stew in front of him so he can eat like a people.
It's interesting, too. You see this raccoon who's used to eating and washing his food, finding the food already washed. Strange, soup is for a raccoon. So he kind of like reaches in and just muscles around and then pulls out what he thinks he's just washed. This raccoon kind of eats greedily and a little messy. There's certainly a small little puddle underneath his bowl when he's done.
It's okay. He's doing great.
So where's our next adventure off to?
We gotta go find Zarya, man. Like, we can't keep putting this off.
It sounds like
I forget. What is she? Was she the one that we sent the message to? The message to sending?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she
Okay.
wrote back
Right.
to. I don't know if I know this in game, but
No
Alyssa
one
knows
does.
this.
No one
Okay,
does for
never mind.
Gardak.
Never mind.
As far as I know.
I didn't say anything.
Gardak's a secretive bitch.
Unless I am
Okay.
wrong, she wrote back to you, Rox, but then when you arrived here in Welter Grove, Gardak received a message that he hasn't told you about.
Yeah, I was talking about the message to Gardak.
Right.
So I was misled there.
Well, I guess we're gonna go try to see the Empress then. Any objections?
No.
Maslin sighs, but he doesn't say anything.
Hey, good news. I think if we're gonna go to a big city, we can probably pawn off all these gems.
Maybe it'll pawn them off here? Question mark?
I
We'll
don't
probably
know.
get more for him in the city.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a shop here that has that kind of wealth.
Yeah. Okay.
Shayla, when she first told you about the town, did tell you about the Tribute's Keep, which is run by Kirla Dis.
You guys want to check there before the day's end, then?
Sure, let's do that. Let's
I
get this
was just
taken
throwing
care
it
of.
out there. That's up to you guys.
No, thank you for I did not write that down at all, I think.
This is fine. Yeah.
Oh, I did. Never mind. It's a general store. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get the sense from the folded cloth being a simple inn, they also have a simple general store. So, we're attempting to go to this general store maybe to pawn off our gems and anything else that we're interested in jettisoning.
I will for sure go. I don't know if the rest of the party wants to, but I'll go holding the gems.
I'll go with them.
Okay. Gardak, you coming along?
I'm gonna see if I can find someone in the inn that can post a message or a package.
Okay. I mean, Shayla can theoretically do this for you. It just depends where it is that you're trying to get it sent to and what the contents of it may be. If it's more than just a simple letter, if it's a package rather or a proper parcel, she can't guarantee immediate delivery, but she's more than willing to handle it when she gets the opportunity. Here it is, finally. The last paper I look for. So,
Yeah.
what is the nature of the thing you're trying to send Gardak, or would you rather handle it out of games, Miss Secretive?
It's not a secret. I'll just give money back to family.
Okay.
No.
It's not hard to get a simple courier's package sent from Welter Grove, which is not uncommon as the Prime Dominie send messages both through magical and other means. To get a simple courier's package sent back to Jopinscape with... What is it that you're having sent within? Just money?
Yeah, probably. And then,
Okay.
yeah.
The actual courier's journey itself, seeing as the danger of the Triple Fall Expanse, will cost you 7 silver, and then add on whatever currency you want them carried.
Alright. Then, I have a hard time with like the worth of currencies. I guess like 50 gold.
1 gold is 10 silver pieces. Also,
I
your
guess
mic,
just in
your mic is acting up again, unfortunately.
Like how much things are worth? Like, is 15 gold a lot of money? Is it like a reasonable amount of time?
15 gold is a lot of money for people who live not the kind of lifestyle that you live. Your general pay as a prime custodian in the past was like 50 gold a year.
Okay.
Which is substantial, considering. But it certainly doesn't pale to any of the money you've made thus far.
Murder hobo.
Theoretically. So.
All right. Fine.
So there's a grouping of you going to the Tribute's Keep. Within, you're greeted to... Gardak, did you go? Or are you staying?
I was gonna say.
Okay.
Talk to Mark. Do that.
Within, you are treated to a very simple, humble general store. Not much more than your standard supplies. Unremarkable by most metrics. However, there is kind of an eager female halfling that kind of pokes her head up over the counter. You can see this counter is humanoid-sized, or generally sized for most humanoids, and then as she kind of pokes her head up and runs over, you can see there's a little shorter section where you guess that she does most of her transactions at. as she kind of comes in. She, welcome to the Tribute's Keep. Wasn't expecting much of a shopper on a day like today. As she kind of like wipes. You can tell she's been sweating, and she really only came because of the ringing of the bell as you enter the front. What can I do for you all?
We have some gems, some expensive gems to sell.
Oh, I can certainly, I can take those and then I'll resell them to the various temples. They're always looking for gems of varying quality. I'll have to write you a small, check relative to the Empire itself. I probably won't have enough gold. Let's see what they're worth, shall we?
I think if you could just appraise them, I think that'd be fine for now.
Oh, certainly. They always provide that, as she kind of puts these interesting spectacles on. You saw Genfiel use a pair similar to these as well, when he was appraising some of your items in the past. Well, the gems, I'd be happy to take a look at them.
I will pass over all of the gems and the diamond, which I will put in a separate pile for her to appraise.
Okay.
If possible. I don't know her skill in gem appraisal.
A diamond. Would you be looking to sell this one? I'm sure one of the temples around here would be very interested in such a supply such as that. She kind of looks over all the rest of the gems.
I will look at Draku.
I think that kind of depends on what you're willing to give us.
Well, because of the sheer number of items in front of me, I could just start over and get what they're worth, so I wouldn't even have to write you a check that you would have to turn in somewhere in a proper town. I'm sure the temples would pay outright for these. The pile of gems here, she kind of affixes her spectacles, will run you about in the range of 993 gold pieces. You see amongst them these jades and spinels and this onyx crystal. They are all of extreme quality. While not the most rare gemstones, they are very high quality of those gemstones.
Drusk does a very poor job of keeping a poker face.
Oh, wow. This diamond here would be more than sufficient for most of the temple's needs. I suspect it might not ever get used. This one's worth 1,000 gold pieces, probably. Somewhere in that range. Would we be looking to sell the lot, or...
So what do y'all think about the diamond?
That's on you, buddy.
I think.
Okay, so it's me and Draku, and who else came with us to the store?
Aslan didn't come.
You didn't?
Did not. I was not gonna come, so you boys figure this out.
Oh, it's the two of us. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right. No, so I'm fine. I'm fine with the first patch of jewels. I think that's more than enough. That's fantastic.
I agree with that. Hey, Draku, let's take a second.
I'll pull him away from the counter.
What do you think of a gold piece diamond? I think it's useful to us, sir.
So here's the problem. Yeah, 1,000 gold is a shitload of money, but it could be used for a greater purpose. Could.
Good? How confident are you?
What?
How confident?
Do you see anybody dying anytime soon?
We died yet?
No.
No.
So I guess at this moment, I don't have any uses for it. So I'm not going to stop you from selling it because I do believe that the gold is also as valuable as the diamond. Because even if we do have to resurrect somebody, I think gold will be fine.
Now wait, hold on. Did Maslin know you guys were leaving to sell all this shit?
He knew we were going to the general store.
You guys...
And that you had everything on you?
Yeah, you gave me everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said I was carrying everything. Yeah.
All right.
Do with that what you will.
I already said I wasn't there.
It's fine.
Do you think 1,000 gold pieces worth of diamond is going to be useful to us later, or just like, fuck it? I don't need it.
I don't either, but
Let's sell it then. Fuck it.
okay, all right. Yeah,
I think 1,000 gold pieces could advance our agenda more than a diamond can at this point.
we can reinvest that money in a diamond later, if need be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ah.
Second follow-up question. How much money do you think you need to advance your goals?
I technically can't answer that question because I don't know. My goals.
Do you have enough to advance yours?
I don't know what it's gonna. I don't know what it's gonna cost to advance my goals. I'm still waiting on that.
That's fair. I'm still kind of new to this whole gold business. It seems the more you have, the further you can advance whatever desires you have.
I forgot about that. You're letting the guy who just found his first gold pieces
18 days ago.
18 days ago let do all the bartering.
And the gambler. The gambler and the guy who has never seen gold before are currently selling things. Yes. Thank you, party.
Oh, only those with money can make money. How can you make money if you have no foundation?
So the two of you, having finished your conversation, kind of turn back to Kirla. Ah, come to an agreement, have we?
I think so.
We'll part with it all.
Ah,
Just
okay. 2,993 gold pieces by my math. Is that... Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's 1,900. What am I thinking? She's not good at math. Neither is the DM. Huh.
His
It's-
eyebrows were through the roof when you said that.
Yeah, because I did it wrong. And he's about to...
I wrote it down.
Well, I could certainly run over to Sahandrian's legacy and just fetch that straight up, or did we want anything in trade? We
Do you
have a
have-
simple storefront, but we do sell some arcane supplies and clerical items of various form. More depends what you're looking for.
do you have any kind of arcane spell scrolls?
Most of that you might find in the Mind's Edge. Whether or not Ashira would be willing to part with them would be up to her. I'm afraid I don't have any arcane scrolls, per se.
That's fine. Can I buy, do you have any kind of medicinal supplies? Kind of anything to heal my friends?
Absolutely. As she kind of moves back. What kind of storekeep would I be in Welter Grove if I didn't have some healing supplies? She kind of brings up one thing which seems like essentially a large herbalism kit. And then as she kind of comes back underneath the counter, you can hear the clinking of glass as she pulls up a small crate that is filled with various different potions. As she kind of sets them out, you can see some of them are red with speckles of gold. These would be potions of greater healing and potions of healing, respectively. That all depends on what it is that you're interested in. She has a couple of each, as well as medicinal supplies that, looking it over, you reason could be used to craft a potion or two.
How much are you willing to part with the supplies for?
Oh, well, it'd be a little harder to get them here in Sulim, but we'll say 15 gold pieces. And you kind of looking it over, you get the idea this'll get you just like if you do it just right, it'll get you two potions of healing out of it. which is obviously a good price considering.
Yeah. How many potions are on the table, you said?
There are 3 potions of standard healing. And,
Okay, so 3 that look regular.
Yes, and then 2 that have gold speckles in them, these would be potions of greater healing. Respectively, she would ask 47 for the regular potions and 140 for the graders.
You said 140 for the graders, and
Yes.
there's 3 of them? 3 of each, right?
There's 3 regulars, 2 graders.
Sorry.
Tell me
I
something.
mean, we're making bank either way.
Are you boys hunters by any trade? I have some finer work that was done and sold in trade. I have some.
What is your definition of hunter?
Well, these are bolts, but I could probably have them refashioned into arrows by the Watcher's Vigilance if you're going to be in town for a while.
I'm not sure if we are, unfortunately.
Understood. I just have the basics beyond that. It depends on if you're looking for something in particular.
I think me and my friend here will take your supplies and all of your potions.
For free. No.
If you have any,
Brandish your gun.
In a friendly way.
if you have any kind of kits that I could use to heal, those would also be appreciated if we could purchase them.
Let me see. I have genuinely no idea how much this one costs.
Out of character, I am looking for a healer's kit, specifically.
Try to see what the ballpark on those is.
I think they're 5 gold or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
low.
5 or 10.
I know
I think
I'm
it's
sure
5.
they're not too crazy. Yeah, it's 5 gold pieces. We could
But,
definitely split.
If
with
she
that.
has one, I will buy it.
We could definitely split with one of those. You might need to refashion the sutures a little bit, but you'll make do, I'm sure. You look skilled anyway.
I away with my hands.
By my general quick calculator, 441 gold pieces worth of potions, the herbs, and the healer's kit.
Okay. Out of the 1,903
It was
that we were
93.
selling,
93.
1,993.
Brings you to 1,552 in trade.
Okay.
So,
I'm okay with that. Drusk, are you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
1,552, you said?
1,552. Based on my math.
Got it. Nope, got it.
As you see, she kind of like pulls on this heavy coat. Very well. I'll be right back. Shouldn't take me too long. It's just down the road. As she kind of makes her way out, you guys have a couple minutes to yourself. It's a basic general store. She eventually comes back with 1,552 gold pieces, if you care to count them, in a pouch, and hands them to you, presumably.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, and thank you for your business. I'm sure some of the temples will be extremely interested in the quality of these gems. Besides, that's about the going rate for them anyway. As you see, she kind of like starts putting the gems into this similar kind of wooden crate, kind of segmenting them using pieces of parchment to kind of keep them organized-ish.
Thank you for your time and your wares.
You are most welcome.
This will aid us in the darkest of times.
I hope no dark times lie ahead, but should they, and should you need them, I hope they do.
Fantastic. If I ever have any more money to spend, I will be sure to look this way.
Well, that is very appreciated. Not too much business the disc get up here, but we make do.
And I will, I guess, head back with Draku.
Yep.
Okay. Potions to be divided.
Plenty.
I'll take the material. I'll take the 2 potions worth of material because I think the only one that can make them.
I'll take a regular potion.
I'll definitely take a greater if I can get my mitts on them. As soon as I hear that a diamond's been sold, I'm gonna get really pissed about it.
There's 2 graders and 3 regulars currently. So I'm not gonna take a potion because I'm making 2. So there's 2 regular left because Draku took 1, and 1 grader left because Maslin wants another. So who wants the other grader?
I still got one. I'm okay.
You have a regular?
I'll take one.
Regular.
I'll take a regular.
Zestern takes a regular. Gardak take a grader.
Yeah.
If that's cool with you, take another regular.
Okay.
Rocks. And then here, me and Rocks will take, if that's cool with you, we'll take 258 gold. Everyone else gets 259.
Fine with me.
As I come back to the tavern and redisperse all our funds, and me and Draku will relay everything that happened. The selling of the diamond, the buying of the potions, the fact that I'm making 2 more, and then I will distribute the currency.
And I will inform Maslin, since it's obviously that he is upset about the diamond. I will say, look, we can always buy another diamond.
Maslin at a certain moment will sigh and say, I wouldn't have known what to do with it if in the first place.
Well, hopefully we learn along the way.
But for the
DM,
love
I'm
of God,
sorry. I did miss the name. Where is where they sell the scrolls that she mentioned here? If I were to find any.
A place you haven't been, but you do recognize the name of, as Shayla told you about it. It is the Mind's Edge, and it is the temple of the Knowing Mistress, Ayun. Or I should say, repository. It's not really so much a temple as it is a library.
Hey, Maslin, Zesserin, if you guys wanted to buy more magic, I think the Mind's Edge might be the place to go. Now that you have some funds.
All right. Not a
might
bad
be worth
idea.
a gander.
I know of I've heard of an incantation that mimics the potion for growth, where you can kind of grow people.
I've studied
I think
this.
that's beneficial to our party. If you need more money for it, let me know. I'd be willing to split it.
Yeah, let us all know. I'm looking to help everyone out here.
Yeah, especially since you guys are wizards and can copy down essentially infinite spells. Like, I'm willing to dip in money for anything that helps us.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is it will cost money to get those spells.
And it'll cost you money in paper to transcribe them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
To
talking
actually
about.
learn this shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, if you guys want money for spells, let me know. As long as it advances the party's goals, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I got nothing else to do today, though, unless you guys want to buy spell scrolls.
I want to sleep. I'm sleepy.
Yeah, I'm good.
Well, Zestern, shall we take a walk together?
Sure. Why not?
So we find our way to the Mind's Edge.
Sure. Did you get money from Drusk, or?
Well, between the 2 of us, we probably have a decent amount. I guess we can go back tomorrow if we find that we actually don't have enough.
Yeah.
Only one of us has to buy the spell.
That is true. Costs you a little bit of money to transcribe them, but you only need the one. Oh, I'm sorry. You are waiting on me, aren't you?
Yeah, we are walking down the road.
Okay. You guys make your way to the familiar. Make your way to the familiar 4-towered visage that marks the Mind's Edge. Familiar to you, the front door kind of not open due to the weather, but as you both kind of crack the door and slide your way in, kind of standing there, stomping what little bits of snow off your boots and kind of wiping yourselves down. You, Maslin, kind of shivering, Zesserin unaffected. Not long before Jason Petley, the walking jingle bell, comes running again. And as he kind of comes up, I get you gentlemen anything. Welcome back to the Mind's Edge.
Greetings again. We are interested in advancing our Arcana perspectives. We are seeking any scrolls you would have to be transcribed and transmuted into our own parchments.
Very well. What kind of incantations are we looking for?
Well, I myself am a heavy astute of the School of Evocation. However, I have known for many years that it is a slow school to learn, and I don't know if I'm ready for anything higher than what I've currently attained. But I'm always open to visions into what might be down the road for me. And then my colleague here, he's of Evocation, and I'm sure you're aware of all the different places that school goes.
Quite. Unfortunately, sometimes Walter Grove needs protecting. So, do we have specific incantations in mind, or shall I run you through some of the normals?
Please, anything you have, we would love to look through.
So he does run you through a gambit of spells, which, by the way, you guys are free to look for a spell on D&D Beyond and ask me if they have it, and I'll probably say they do. Because this is kind of a never-ending question. If you just want me to list every freaking first and second level spell, we can be here for a hot minute.
No, I got it.
First and second?
Well, I think that's all
the
they
only
can
ones
know.
we have it. Yeah.
I mean,
That's all we
you
can
could
retrieve right
theoretically
now.
buy a higher level spell scroll, but I mean, Jason hasn't gotten there yet, so that's kind of a thing. We do kind of offer a bit of a service here for traveling wizards, much like your... never mind. If you wanted to transcribe a spell here, the cost would be reduced, but you wouldn't be able to take the scroll with you. If you wanted to purchase a scroll and work on it in your own time, well, could be more expensive, as we'll have to replicate it in future.
I understand.
So,
Well, some of the spells that we had been interested was in enlarge and decrease. There was also some things we've been looking into as far as Misty Step was a spell that my my mentor was very fond of. I never have seen it in use, but he spoke of it in certain situations as being valuable.
if you're in a tight
I
spot.
am also looking for Misty Step.
Also hold persons.
Okay.
And invisibility.
Let me write these down. I will tell you, Draco, you do not get your magics from Arcane Study.
Yeah, but Warlock spell is...
It is
Misty
available
Step.
to you, but it would be granted by your patron.
Oh, okay. So it
You do
doesn't
not
work
have to
still.
purchase spells like this.
Oh God.
No,
Just came-
I was looking for more of like a scroll, something that I could use, or is that not something I can do?
You could one-time use a scroll.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
you can
right,
one time
right.
use the scroll.
And that's why I asked, because I'm curious how much it costs, like if it's even worth my
So
time.
we had enlarge, reduce, Misty Step,
And
Hold
invisibility.
hold person, invisibility. Are those all second levels?
Yes.
The ones I mentioned were.
They're all second levels,
I
as
thought
far as
they
I
were.
know.
I just wasn't sure.
So I'd be curious if he has any counter spell. Since that is level 3.
Again, as he described, he would have incantations. He would have the tools required for you to learn most spells here. Taking an actual scroll with you implies that they either have it ready or can prepare it in short order for you to take it with you. You can transcribe a spell from a scroll, but it would be easy.
But if I transcribe a spell into my spellbook, I can still teach it to Zesserin. So
you could theoretically.
it's best to do it here.
No, that's fair. I would just
Even
tap
if
in.
only one of us, you know, learns all the spells, and then we just throughout the over time pass it on to another spell book, because
No, I
that's
get
how
it.
spell books are. They're
I'm fine with that.
Let me do a little math.
I just wanted to, just get an idea of what's going on.
right. It's the whole learning in shop that Aiden just brought up. News to me. Never been in that situation before, but if we can get it cheaper that way, then obviously.
Well, of course you'll have to be here to do it, and that takes time. 2 hours per
Right.
level of the spell. So for any second
Right.
level spell, it would be 4 hours.
But
for
only
you.
one of us is to be there, and Maslin doesn't have anything else to do with his life, so.
You guys,
Unless one of them happens to be the spell school that they're proficient in.
that's true too. Then it would be half time and half cost. And this is just the cost for being provided with the materials to then transcribe the spell. It's not necessarily also on top. I mean, I can try to do that math for you, but it's not on top of the
No, I
materials
know,
that
it's
are
a
required.
thing. But
Well, as you kind of
let me make sure that none of them are relevant to our two schools. But I
he
don't
kind
think
of
any of them
watches
were.
Jason kind of hurries away, and he goes over to one of the. Again, from the inside, you understood there's like 4 general spire towers. He goes to one and unlocks the gate, and cranks it aside, and kind of hurries up the stairs. And throughout all of it, you can hear just this freaking Jingle Bell massacre as this man wearing too many trinkets is digging for various materials and supplies.
Invincibility. That's one.
As he kind of comes back down, you can see he has amongst his arms a few tomes, proper sized tomes, as well as like a scroll or 2 wrapped on top. He goes, well, if you were going to learn these in house, as he kind of drops most of the tomes on a nearby table that's kind of sequestered off to the side where Ashira had performed that ritual earlier. If you wanted to stay here and study, not mentioning the materials required, we only have your Hold Person and Misty Step spells in written form, and they're not the best. You might have to parse them out. We do have scrolls for Enlarge and Invisibility, though. The scrolls themselves a bit pricey, maybe 250 gold pieces, but the materials and the recommendations for learning those incantations would only run you about 125. That was if you were to study in-house.
Oh, Maslin's gonna turn to Zestrin. He's gonna flatly say, I will stay here and learn Misty Step and Enlarge, if you think that it's worth our time.
I'm willing to learn invisibility if. Well, I apologize. I don't think it works that way for me. I think I already know it. I just gotta switch over.
If it is one of your spells as a warlock, I believe when you level up, you can change the spells that you know. Up to a certain number. I'll get with you outside of the game for it. You can't learn spells like wizards do.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's not how it works for me. Okay, never mind.
I mean, I have 400 gold, so.
If so, then we should split our efforts. I believe I have enough to cover learning Misty Step and Enlarge. If you feel like taking the other ones, I believe.
I was because it Hold Persons. So.
Hold Persons. What was the other one you were interested in?
You guys had Enlarge, Misty Step, Hold Person, and Invisibility.
Oh, Invisibility.
Oh.
That's the one we're missing here.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
We haven't yet gotten into my homebrew, and you guys haven't done it, is why. My homebrew wizards teaching each other spells, but you guys not only fighting alongside together, but traveling alongside together, you know it would be a lot easier than even learning from something amongst your own school that you're proficient in. Learning from a fellow wizard, teaching you directly, is far more advantageous than it just being a part of your school.
right.
So there are
Well-
ways for you guys to cut corners and cut costs here.
At the same time, this is an opportunity for us to bolster and get 4 whole spells right now between the two of us that we could also start teaching each other. And we could potentially RP that we've spent, overnight in this place learning these 2 spells and even collaborating on the growth of these 2 spells in their learning process.
The problem
No.
with these spells, I believe, is that none of them are of your 2 different schools. So it still will cost you.
Yeah, the ones I asked about, I already know, so that's my mistake for even bringing that up. I realize my class is different.
Transmutation.
Well, Misty Step, I actually am interested in knowing, but I don't want to spend a level on it, so...
Well, now is your chance to buy it outside of leveling up.
Okay, well, I would like to buy it in-house, not a scroll, right?
Okay.
Because that's one that he didn't...
It's 125 gold pieces to be given access to the spell, and a chunk of the components required to transcribe it.
Okay. And I have to spend 2 hours here tonight, right?
This is a second level spell. You would have to spend 4 hours here tonight.
Oh, okay, 4 hours here tonight.
Because it is not
Spend
part
my
of your
4
scroll.
hours
It's
here.
2 hours per level of the spell.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm spending the next 4 hours in this joint tonight.
Okay.
Learning
I'm
this
not gonna-
spell, and whenever I get done... Yeah, we don't have to RP it, but whenever I get done, I will wander in and find my bed, and that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not going to bust balls about the money. We'll do the money later. Just mark down what you're learning, and we'll deal with the money later, because this is going to go on for hours if we do this way. Zesserin, what is the spell that you are trying to learn? Hold person?
Yeah.
They have the materials. They have the materials on hand to learn that in-house. It is not of your school. It would take you 4 hours to do so. Don't worry about money. We'll sort it out later, because some of you, both of you, I think, have magical paper and ink in your inventories, which you can draw from. Don't worry about it right now. If you're confused, feel free to do it, and if you do it wrong, I will probably never know.
I'm adding it right now, but I'm not going to use it until I've spent the money to actually put it in my spellbook.
As for enlarge and invisibility, those were the 2 scrolls that he had thrown on top of the pile. Is any of the 3 of you interested in those?
You said it was 250 for the scroll?
It was. It is 250 for a second level spell scroll. From the Mind's Edge, anyway.
So...
But this can be used to transcribe into the spellbook, and you don't lose the scroll when you transcribe it. You're just breaking down the scroll itself and making it your specific notation to put it in your spellbook.
I will buy 1 scroll of invisibility.
Okay. We will worry about your money right now. That's easier. 250 gold pieces.
Yep, I can do that.
That's what whisper in your ear. Don't use
I'm,
that without me looking at it.
I'm gonna hold on to it. Don't worry. No, don't worry. I get it.
Well, very well. As he kind of gets back together, and you see he picks up a few supplementary tomes that he provided along with the scrolls themselves, as it was supplemental information that could have helped you to transcribe those 2 spells. But you 2 wizards are situated with the information and requirements that you need. Draco, you are now the proud owner of an invisibility scroll. Okay. Sorry about that. It can kind of be a pain to shop for magic stuff.
No, it's fun.
It's alright.
I don't have a problem with it. I just think it's tedious, and I don't want to bore everybody else. So.
That's true.
I've learned from Zach's campaign what to expect and what I know that I can buy and what I can't buy. So it's really helped me lower my standards.
Cascade enlarge and reduce.
Yeah, if you wanted to, it would be 250 gold pieces for the scroll itself. And then you can work on it on your own time in your travels.
Alright.
Well, I'm still spending 4 hours here tonight just to learn Misty Step, though.
That's going to take up the majority of both of your evenings. As now we're pushing about, by the time you start all this, maybe about 3 p.m. after impromptu.
I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I'm going to spend less money. So how much is it to stay? It's 150, right?
It's 125 to learn those 2 spells in-house. Each of you are learning one of those spells.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, that's the rest of my evening, so I'm done RPing, but I'll still hang out and chat with you guys.
Okay. You see in various points Ashira Joro wander in and out of the main antechamber here. She kind of pauses for a while in regards to both of you, visually anyway, but moves on. Draco, you sticking with the 2 wizards, or are you heading back to the tavern? Or to the
where are they going? I apologize.
They are currently studying for the next 4 hours. Spells that they are
yeah,
I'm going back
to the bar.
Okay.
My spells are 4 hours each, so that's 8 hours.
You have purchased a scroll which you can work on at any point. You are only required to be in the Mind's Edge for 4 hours, as you're learning that one in-house. Then you have the scroll for the other, which you can work on your own time. So, the rest of you that were within the folded cloth, shortly before Draco arrives, were we doing anything in particular?
Buying ale.
Okay, we're buying ale.
As I have been in the inn all night drinking, just relaxing, I have a question for you, DM, that might affect my later choices. Are there circuses in this realm?
Okay,
God,
you asking
I already-
Gardak? Because
No,
You
I'm
don't-
asking you as just,
Like traveling circuses, especially.
just any kind.
I would say you're not entirely certain, but you know that circuses exist. You don't know how prevalent they are. You want to ask Gardak?
Maybe someday. I'm just
Okay.
thinking.
You know that the word circus is a word, and that it does exist, and that things that people do it.
Okay.
You don't know if like one country is more prevalent than another when it comes to circuses.
Okay.
Circusy? I don't know. Anyway, circi. Who
Circa.
knows?
Circuses.
Who knows? Who knows? It's not too long until Draku. You wander in, seeing the collection of your found friends gathered still around the hearth of the folded cloth, just kind of chilling as the rest of the night presses on.
What's up, my guy?
You ever wanted to break into a women's dressing room? No, I'm just kidding.
A panty raid.
Okay.
Caroline, you're
Wait.
my favorite. That was so good.
we had a joyous time at the magic shop. There are a lot of good magic to come in the future.
Fantastic. What'd you buy to kind of bolster the party?
I bought a scroll of invisibility that I will allow. Well, not allow, because obviously it doesn't consume the scroll, but I will let our wizards learn it, but that I will also use it at some point. But they're currently hanging out learning hold person, and I'm blanking. I forget the other one.
Misty Step.
Misty Step.
Misty Step.
Fantastic.
Some of these Drusk are just words to you. Others, you're like, oh, I know that one.
I'm well aware that, like, I think I know what, I obviously know what hold person is. I have that spell, but like the rest of them, I'm assuming are just kind of words.
Yeah, you're just like, I don't know. That's like invisibility. You get the idea of like visibility.
Yeah.
It was
And trust mine, all of these are just tools to bolster our power.
right. It was a large investment into our future because not only can one person learn it, but that one person can teach each others. So it's not like it's
tools to bolster the meat income.
yes.
Fantastic.
The more turkey legs, the better.
Did you know
Amen.
who took the most hit on their coin?
I think you did actually.
Mazza.
Yeah.
Or
You
Zephyr.
bought a scroll outright. Yeah.
That's right.
What?
I bought two
Zephyr.
scrolls.
He bought
Oh.
a scroll and an in-house spell.
God.
I mean, it was a lot, but it's nothing that we can't recuperate.
Gotta spend money to make money.
Remind me next time I see him, and I'll
What?
I'll try to help cover what he lost. If it helps the good of all of us, it should be paid for by all of
I
us.
think as long as all of us are together, we have nothing to worry about.
I don't think you're wrong.
Our friendship.
Here,
Wrong.
hand Cesar, and know when you see him, I'm gonna head to bed.
And I'll hand Draku 125 gold to hand to Zesserin. And I'm gonna Drusk will head to bed.
I could find somebody to fight if you want to double it.
No, I'm good. I think the money belongs where I was told to put it.
Oh, shit.
Shortly after Drusk kind of departs, heads off. Obviously, Shayla sending him on his way to some beds she has prepared for the very few guests that she ends up having. The door does swing open, and before you, Rox and Draku, familiar sight. Eknis Sonari. Shayla, you see kind of almost pouring an ale at the bar. She completely loses track of where and all of a sudden it's just overflowing out of the tankard. Not only are you surprised to see Eknis, but so is she. This is not crazy given the state that you found her in. As she kind of saunters in and sees, she kind of like peers across the room, sees Shayla, no face of recognition, and then sees Rox and Draku. She kind of like shuffles over. May I?
Yeah. Of course, please have a seat.
I wanted to apologize to you and your friend, wherever he may be, for my behavior.
What do you want about?
I was not myself. Sometimes in order to further... I was looking for answers, and I connected to a mind that was vexed, and I think it hit me as well. Whatever that is resolved, and I didn't want to be rude to you, but I have since reconvened.
How did you come to this revelation?
I have since reconvened, and they told me about a group of people, described a few of you, who did them the greatest service of all. I was curious if your lizard friend is with you.
Yeah, he's taking a nap. He's had a long day and a lot to drink, so he's chilling. But he exists.
So I'm glad you're feeling better. We knew it wasn't you.
I'm still foggy.
Would you have had met with the one,
How-
the guardian?
How's psychiatry?
Let's take. I don't know her. She kind of motions towards Shayla, nor most of you. He's obviously on edge. The mutual friend we're speaking about. I just wanted to try to make things right. And you see as she kind of like leans back, and it's now that you see when she was sitting previously with her arms folded in the Stoyak's Holt, nothing of importance. But now you see she withdraws a glove that is mostly tanned hide. But it's painted green, and it's this long glove like this. I wanted to give a gift in my reparations, if I could, as she kind of takes this glove and places it before you guys.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate what you're saying, but how do I know you are you? What we experienced was a very...
We're not sure who to trust.
She was a fractured soul.
Situation.
Looking for one from an ancient time.
And right. But who's to say she's any different? Who's to say she just learned what we have expressed openly?
The individual that you met before.
To Draku and go, who's to say we don't get information from her either way?
Mazlar, I thought you were copying scrolls.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
You're not here.
No, I'm shutting the fuck up.
I say we let her talk for.
Sorry, but I want to talk so bad too.
No. I mean, like, I'm willing to hear what she has to say. I don't.
I don't trust the snake guy either. You know?
Right? No. I'm with you. I don't openly just trust him.
I understand your hesitation, and no, you have no reason to forgive me nor trust me. And our mutual friend we spoke about, I suppose. There by happenstance, chance, but what you've done is the first step in maybe fixing not only the ails that I have, but the ails of Weltergrove. Unconnected deities can be a trouble for all of the realms. I'm only trying to start, maybe, to make things right.
What was it that you wanted me to pass on to our lizard friend?
She motions to the glove she placed on the table.
Okay, that's for him.
It's for any. I read who he was, with what little I could.
I'll keep it safe for him. Okay.
The Wild Mother's call and Feanor's response. I think it will serve him well.
Thank you.
I don't want to do any more undue harm. You'll have to forgive the mire that was placed on my mind. If you're heading back, not to nestle to the Azure Grove. If you're heading back, give Fenrin my kind regards, please. I know he sent you originally.
Okay.
Have you seen Cordo?
No, but I've communed with him, connected. This time, much better success, as there wasn't a mire waiting for me. I understand his intentions are the same as some of your original asks, and the ones that I turned away. And for that I apologize. I was not myself. Not that you should choose to believe anything.
I'm not offended or upset by our previous reactions. I'm conflicted on what I should and should not believe. Is all.
I'm gonna lean over to him again and say, I think we should get Drusk. I think there's something here that we're not getting. I'm gonna send my little buddy up to get him.
I am not opposed to that, but I also don't necessarily know how drunk Drusk was when we left him.
He's been napping for a bit.
I'll walk downstairs after a fucking raccoon wakes me up.
Yeah, a little raccoon, like, on your face, basically.
And I'll toss in the glove and nod to her.
Oh, hi. I wanted to apologize for my behavior. I was not myself. I was hoping your favor for Fenrir led you to fixing many things here, or starting to. I was hoping I could repay a small favor. The start, maybe.
How genuine does she seem?
Make an insight check.
That's where I'm at. I'm between. I don't know if it's real or not.
13.
13. You see before you a different drow than you saw before. And while your read on that situation between the three of you was quite thorough, as is your response right now, your read on this situation is of confusion. This is not the Ekni scenario you met, nor the Ekni scenario that most described. Till even Fenrir wasn't expecting what you ended up finding. You suspect he might have warned you.
I appreciate your honesty in the matter.
I understand you follow Melora. Is that accurate?
Jeez.
Dang.
To some extent. Still learning much about her.
As someone who used to follow her, but turned to the Luminous Levant and the Moonweaver, maybe I'll reconsider seeing kindness like yours. Our mutual friend speaks highly of you 6, as she kind of looks and there's only 4 of you.
The other 2 are, I think, studying right now.
With Ashira, no doubt. I'll have to make my acquaintance again. It's been too long.
Will you be here long? Would you like a drink?
I'm still uneasy in general. I don't think I'll have a drink just yet.
Are you staying in the area?
Well, I think for the first time in a long time, I'll make my way around to each of the Prime Dominies and give my own apologies where it's due.
I believe Cordo wanted to see you.
We've connected, but
I know
it's
I
not
know.
safe for him to emerge just yet. We don't know what environment he's walking into. I don't know what environment he's walking into.
I do agree with you on that.
For the environment I thought I had was old.
Agnes, I will say that if what you say happened, you don't owe us an apology. It wasn't your fault. You don't owe anyone an apology.
No,
it was a mistake, and it's somebody else's fault.
I should have been more careful. I failed. That is my failure.
If you don't mind me asking, how did that happen?
Well, I didn't speak with Cordo long, but when I did, it was different than the last time I tried to reach out. I was looking for answers. And I found out about Cordo, but knew not where he was necessarily, but that he could be reached. And so I tried an incantation that I had originally learned while under the Wild Mother, but I intercepted his mind seemingly while he was in a stasis of a form. Talking with him over, it seems that his reached out to me, a preventative measure, a safety measure of
Then it makes
her
sense
design.
to, like, you guys were
What is her race?
on the same timeline.
She is a drow. She is a dark elf.
Correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but they both thought it was the same year.
They both thought she... I mean, if you run back through memory, Cordo thought it was about 60 to 70 years before Eknes.
Yeah. And, before Eknes. Okay.
Yeah, he was off by about 100. She was off by about 20 or 30.
Oh, okay.
Somewhere in that range. I'd have to go look at their actual notes. But what she's saying, where she found a connection and tapped into it, and then that mired her mind. I mean, depends whether or not you believe Cordo. Depends whether or not you believe her.
That's the thing is, like outside of character, I don't believe her at all. I think this is some ploy to misdirect us.
Agnes, you speak of owing us a debt, and I think I have the answer for how you can repay this, not only to us, but to the world. I think Finran is a good man, and I think you need to apologize to him in person, as opposed to through us. I think if you can do that, and if he truly accepts your apology, then I think all is forgiven everywhere.
Well, I think you're right.
I think the Gaia tree will be fine without you for a couple weeks.
And there is the wisdom I didn't know I was looking for. Thank you. I will go see Fenrir and apologize to him personally.
When?
Well, I'll probably convene a time or two more with Cordo in the morning and set off.
I wish you the best on your journey.
I appreciate that.
You're looking forward.
And you as well, my ever-intriguing group in front of me. But especially you, follower of Melora. Well, thank you, and please, have a good night. She kind of stands, slowly makes her way to the door. Cold breeze blows in, and then the door is closed, and you hear the soft pattering of snow.
I will grab the glove, and I will head back upstairs.
Okay.
As far as I know, none of us here at the tavern have the ability to determine if it's magical or not, so...
You have a wizard that can cast... Oh, yeah, that's right. He ain't at the
They're
tavern.
learning. They're not here.
You got me.
Well, here's the thing.
It's hard when the party splits up.
I didn't, because...
I even thought about splitting up earlier at the flesh column, and like I wish I had, just because it would have been that much closer. It would have been weird, but might have sucked too. But anyway,
It is what it is. We'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
So to me, Cordo is starting on his debt to me. You know what I mean? I asked him to heal the tree. Maybe she was part of that. So I think we believe him.
What, Cordo?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think we should trust Cordo more.
This is all out of character.
This is in.
Okay.
No, yeah, that's fine. Like, I think we should trust Cordo more than her. That's for sure.
I think so too. That was unexpected.
Yeah, I mean, who just does that? Somebody who is in such high power.
Miraculously all of a sudden. Maybe she's not an asshole.
I don't know. I don't think she is an asshole, but I don't think she just gets over whatever she was under that easily.
That's a really good point.
I mean, we literally just showed up and she's like, hey, sorry about the thing you just talked about to somebody else.
I wish there was some sort of like verification we could have given her.
I mean, there is, but it's not something that I can do.
Exactly. I mean, from what I could tell, she seemed genuine, but
Out of character moment.
Nope.
I don't know.
You're not there.
No, just completely out of character moment. I really fucked up not giving my amulet to Gordo. Big yikes.
So what do you think we do in the meantime?
we have to go to Zarya.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree.
In the meantime, we get drunk. Before we do that, we just drink.
We're not talking about now. I mean, that's fine.
Dance.
You won't see the wizards for a couple more hours, but yeah, I'd say let's at least drink until they show up.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
Your tab is mostly covered for the entirety of the night, given the money that was put up front. It's a number of quiet hours between you guys, reflecting, drinking. The wizards show up. If there's conversation to be had there, otherwise,
Nothing in
I
particular. No.
suppose we'll all find our way to bed.
I would fill everybody in on what happened, but other than that.
Yeah, Maslin would be quite intrigued, saying, like, you know, she was obviously spurred by the recent events, and whether or not she's true to herself or whether or not she's true to his ideals or other events that we cannot perceive, but
Well, thanks to Drusk, we'll get to hear about that through Fenrir.
oh yeah, that's a good pointer right there. Yeah.
His judgment is going to be the call.
At the very last sentence, basically, you know, whatever, Maslin would say something to the effect of, "Our effects are leaving ripples in the world that we will never see the effect of until they ripple backwards."
I don't disagree.
Hopefully they're good ripples.
They're caused with good intention.
Each of you quietly finishing your drinks, finding your way to bed, in the fairly comfortable beds of the folded cloth. Waiting to see what is next, although presumably we have some strong opinions. Where we'll go and how we'll do it. We're going to leave it there for the night. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys for joining me. That was a heck of a freaking doozy. I was not expecting that good RP. If anybody doesn't already have an inspiration point, feel free to take one. Because I think y'all did stellar. Can't be afraid to use them.
Stellar.
Yeah, that was great. And now we hit level 5.
You do, actually. Was on the next list of things. Y'all leveled up. So we'll do some HP rolls real quick.
Oh, okay.
D6 for the wizards. Gardak, I believe you're a D10. Rock's D12.
A
Draku D8.
Nice.
Do we reroll ones?
You reroll ones.
Oh.
Take it.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take a 6.
I do get a
Yeah, you should.
correct.
Or, sorry, never mind. I don't know what your class is.
31.
Right, Eden, I get a base HP, correct?
You get your con mod.
You get your con.
Other than that, it's
That's
just your
Okay,
hit dice.
yeah, because I leveled myself up to 5 and I saw my health go up, so I was curious.
It's automatically handled in there.
Alright, that's fair.
So now I just add 2 to my rolled HP.
Is it 2 what you rolled on your D6?
Yeah.
Then add 2.
Ooh, got a 1. Reroll.
Yep, reroll ones.
2.
I get to attack.
Nice.
Oh, do we get a feat? Because I know you'd mentioned that previously.
Well, I'll think about that one. I'll think about that one. I gotta go look at all your guys' character sheets and whatnot.
Yeah,
been-
actually, I got something.
You should as part of your class, I think, at 5.
Yeah, my Eldritch Invocations, I got something for level 5.
Yeah, you should. I think. I mean, I'm wouldn't be surprised.
No.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. I always
Thank you.
appreciate.
Pleasure is always ours.
Oh,
every
I don't think
time.
so.
Because
It's very much
Alright.
mine.
It's a two-way street
So
for sure.
next we'll be talking, presumably, unless somebody's got some wild ideas, going to the capital and how we'll do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that spell save DC.
Hmm. I think that should have gone up too. Yeah.
Yep.
You guys get more proficiency at level 5.
At level 5, you get a +3 proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Yes. So everyone's spell save DC and attack bonus should have gone up by 1.
Yep. Nice. Yeah, 5th level's a really good level. I always love
No,
5th.
5th is the level.
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't applied it, so don't spoil it for me, guys. Let me just figure it out. All right. Just settle down.
man.
Settle down.
Well, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Don't worry about leveling up just now, but I will be pestering you as time goes on. Anyway, I hope you all have a good night.
Hey, DM.
Yeah.
When I'm changing my hit points, it won't let me. I'll hit apply, and it just goes back to the 36 that I rolled. I rolled a 5, so I have 41 now. Can you change that for me?
I will do that. You rolled 5, you said?
Yeah. Thank
Alright.
you very much.
Yep.